Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Nerdpocalypse Podcast. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
All right, guys, we're back. There is stuff to talk about. So let's jump right into it. Look, there is a review. By the time you see this or listen to it, there will be a review of The Tragedy of Macbeth that Mike and I did. It's pretty in-depth, not like crazy long or anything, but check that out in the Coming Distractions podcast feed, or you can check that out on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/The Nerdpocalypse. A lot of spoilers for a play that was written 5,000 years ago or whatever. I don't know. So check out the review for the Tragedy of Macbeth. Next up, we both watched first 4 episodes of HBO Max's new DC property, Peacemaker, starring John Cena. Michael, what are your thoughts on this? Obviously, Peacemaker was a character that we got introduced in James Gunn's Suicide Squad. What did you think of this series so far?
You know, I enjoyed Peacemaker in the Suicide Squad. When they say series, you know, everybody was like, "Oh, this is gonna be amazing." I'm like, I don't know if I want like this character. Yeah, I'm wrong about everything, guys. I really enjoyed Peacemaker. And to my defense, this Peacemaker is a different Peacemaker than the one in the Suicide Squad. And I'm not saying like he's a totally different, you know, character, like Boba Fett feels like a totally different character.
Right.
I'm saying this character is, they have done a very, very good job of making this character, delving into his backstory just enough to make him incredibly sympathetic, but keeping him as a real douche. Right? Like just a big old douchebag, right? But he's still lovable. Like you still root for him, even though like this guy is a lunatic. And they walk that line very, very well. I think John Cena is having a blast. It's always nice to see John Cena acting as opposed to seeing John Cena in real life, because he kind of acts like a robot in real life. But when he turns on, when he executes acting.exe, he's always really, really fun.
Right.
And the supporting cast is really great. I knew that dude was who we find out what he is.
Right. Later on.
Yeah. But Vigilante, particularly in episode 4, is he's invited to the cookout. I guess
he is.
That's still a thing. he can come,
dude. That guy who plays Vigilante, Freddie Stroma, is awesome. He's awesome.
Man. Yeah, man. Feel free to bring whatever raisin-laced potato salad you want, bruh. He's that good at it. I really enjoyed this show.
Yeah. Look, I think you're correct in that they have done such a good job in taking Peacemaker, who feels like a very fun one-note character, and digging into him in ways that make him so much more interesting. Like, I'm not sure the comics ever did this good of a job as Gunn has done with this character. Because, again, this is a guy who should be one note. Like, he definitely should have been a guy. If he wasn't played by John Cena, like, he would have been a guy who definitely got murdered in the first 5 minutes of Suicide Squad. Like, he just would have been, right? And it would have been funny and it would have been enjoyable. Like, his premise is ridiculous. He looks ridiculous. But he works. Like, he super works in this role. I don't know what else to say about it, like, from a general perspective, but it's funny, man. Like, it's really funny. It's got some like weirdly proper serious moments. It does what James Gunn does best, which is couple comedy with ultra violence. and then bring you right back into like sympathetic characters and then back to the comedy, right? Like he balances those three things really well. But character development is a thing that the DC universe has needed for a very long time. And you're getting it with a character who, by all accounts, you should never have gotten. Like, but it works. And to your point, the Star is fun and awesome, and we like, we love seeing him, but the supporting cast being so damn good really helps. Right? Like, you never feel like Cena's being sidelined for his supporting cast, which happens a lot in shows. Book of Boba Fett, in my opinion. Like, you know, like sometimes they're trying to push up secondary characters so much that you end up kind of hurting the main characters in a way. Like, that happens a lot in shows. Especially with like popular characters that they're kind of bringing back. But in this, they work really well as uplifting him and not overtaking him, right? And that's a delicate balance, and like that goes a lot to the writing of the show. Like it's fun, it's ridiculous. If you like 80s hair music, like it's perfect for you. Like
that intro was ridiculous.
It is. I think it's fun. I think it's really fun.
Yeah, it's super fun, man. I'm glad to see Danielle Brooks get a not prominent role, but I think this is very much an ensemble cast.
It is.
I think everyone has their role that they're playing, and they're playing it very well. Yeah, man, like you said, heart, gore, humor. It's got everything that James Gunn has kind of, that we know James Gunn for.
Right.
And boy, I bet they wish they could turn back the hands of time. And could you imagine the DC universe under someone who prioritizes character and character development over visuals? Not to say that these visuals don't look great, but like
it ain't the priority.
It ain't the priority, man. It's really not. And it's not about like trying to make your characters, turn your characters into some Ayn Randian bullshit, right? Like it's like this dude knows people and he knows how to write characters. And yeah, I can just imagine a world where James Gunn is kind of running the show and how awesome it would be.
Right. And it's like, I don't know that Gunn would be the perfect choice for like the major, like big characters like Superman, Batman, that sort of thing. But I think he understands those characters well enough that like he doesn't need to direct those things. Like, but he could be the one to be like, look, this is how they should move in the universe, right? Because I don't know that his style necessarily works for those ends of the universe, but I think that he understands characters well enough to be like, this character should be this character should be this character should be this, right? And like they're in a block for a reason, right? Like, and I think that matters. There's part of me that's like, why don't you just do more of like, instead of trying to do these big crazy budget superhero films all the time, maybe DC should start to concentrate on more of these like super well done characters to round out the universe, right? Like, get some good directors to direct your big boy shit, but like put your power, like put some real money behind stuff like Doom Patrol, which apparently, like, I've only watched the first season, but I really enjoyed the first season. Like, is hitting on all cylinders, right? Like the second and third seasons. Like, concentrate on those kind of stuff for TV, right? Like, maybe Batgirl is going to be like that. I don't know. Like, we haven't really seen like actual like trailers or anything for that. But I'm hoping that maybe they use the HBO Max playground as a way to really develop some of these characters in depth, because like, Yo, Peacemaker is more developed than Superman ever was.
How ridiculous is that?
It's a ridiculous thing to say, but it's absolutely true, right? Like, and if you've not watched Peacemaker, you're like, oh, is he like a goofball? Like, this guy is trying to be a good guy. Some people are like, yo, you're a villain. Listen to how you talk. And then other people are like, yo, your dad is a supervillain, and you're trying to push against that. So, like, yeah, maybe you're not that bad of a dude, right? Like, they're making this guy who thinks he's a hero that other people see as a villain. They're trying to make him they're not trying to make him necessarily a straight hero, but they're trying to get you to understand why his perspective is fucked up. Yeah, it's amazing to me how well he's developed in these 4 episodes that we never got in Superman being in 3 movies. Like, that's amazing to me. That's wild.
Yeah. So, Peacemaker, highly recommended.
Yeah, dude. I'm having a blast with it. Like, I really am. I'll be honest. Of the 2 big, genre shows right now, this one's appointment television, and the other one isn't. The other one's fine. This one feels like appointment television for me. Like, I'm just like, oh shit.
If I'm gonna prioritize them, I'm going to watch Peacemaker first. There's nothing wrong with Boba Fett, but this is speaking to me a little more.
I don't mind if people like the Book of Boba Fett. That's perfectly fine. Like, your tastes are your tastes. But in my opinion, this is a better show. Like, it just is a better show. Like, and that doesn't mean the other show was like garbage or whatever. I'm not like some teenager where everything is either trash or epic, right? But that's stupid to me. But I think this is character-wise, this is a better show. It focuses more on giving you more of these characters. And look, Book of Boba Fett is trying to do the same thing. I just don't think it's accomplishing it quite in the same ways. But yeah, I think Peacemaker's dope. And also the whole thing with Danielle Brooks's character being Amanda Waller's daughter is a dope fucking twist. That's a dope twist. That's pretty fun. So, and also Judo Master is hilarious. That dude,
he is. You know?
He's a dangerous dude, man. He's like 4 feet.
He's like that scene in that Simpsons episode where the Yakuza and the Mafia were in a fight, and Homer's looking and he sees like the one small dude in the white suit. He's like, oh, but he's going to do something cool because he hadn't done anything yet. He's going to do something cool. And then his wife brings him in. The house is like, come on, just leave them alone. And then all of a sudden you hear him do something fucking cool.
I knew
like, that's him.
Yeah, that's him. And he's a super small guy, dude. Like, he's a really tiny guy, but and I don't know if maybe that's some of that's like forced perspective, but like, I'm looking at this guy's Instagram. I don't think this guy's a big dude, like physically.
I think this dude, I think that is who he is. And I think they cast him specifically because John Cena is larger than your average man. And it's just it's a funny visual to see this gigantic looking dude get his ass kicked by someone who looks like, a teenager.
Dude, he's smaller than a teenager. Like, he is. But whatever, this guy is fantastic as Judo Master. Like, yeah, I'm really enjoying him quite a lot. I'm looking forward to his character having like more speaking roles and not just be like fucking just fighting, because that's clearly where this is going, right? Like, he's in the opening credits, for God's sake. So I'm sure that he will be a larger role. All right, let's move into topics this week.
So 30 years after DC made headlines by killing Superman, they're going to do it again. Only this time, they're going to kill the Justice League. That's right, folks. Cool. In the comics, in April, DC is set to murder the Justice League. Now, currently, the Justice League consists of Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Jon Stewart, Martian Manhunter, Hawkgirl, Aquaman, Green Arrow, Black Canary, and Zatanna. One of those people will survive the battle that they have with this group called the Dark Army. and they will bring the news of the Justice League's quote unquote death to Earth. Now, this article is saying that this will presumably force a younger generation of heroes like John Kent, Superman's son, that everyone got all mad for because he likes boys and girls. Yara Flor, Jace Fox, and Naomi McDuffie. Those are probably going to be your new team of young Justice Leaguers. So my question to you is, does this reek of desperation, or is this an excellent way to try and not force, but force people into accepting change? Like, these younger heroes are coming no matter what, because you have to grow. There's only so many stories that you can tell with the same people. Right. And there are other people who have other life experiences that are different from just this one dude and his two friends, right? Like, what's your opinion? Is this just a stunt, or is do you think some meaningful change will happen? Or both?
Yes. It is a stunt. They're not going to kill off Clark Kent, Bruce Wayne, and Diana Troy. That's just not going to happen. Like, permanently. Let me rephrase that. Diana Prince. Excuse me. Diana Troy. It is very late. Wrong genre shit. So, yeah, it's a stunt. But I'm not mad at it. I'm sure there are some people who are mad at it. Look, I know it's temporary. I'm sure they will figure out a way to bring those three, or like, according to some of these images, more than three of them back. And they're going to push new heroes. That's fine. That's okay. I don't have a problem with that. But they are ultimately all stunts, because let's get real. We know that you're not going to toss three of the most popular characters of all time. You're never going to do that. Like, they're the linchpin of that universe. That's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like, push some new heroes. Like, like, that's how you make them popular. You temporarily kill off these big names. You push these new heroes. You do a really good job of establishing some really good stories. And as hardcore comic fans who read tons and tons of books week to week would tell you, DC comics are way better than Marvel comics, except they don't sell as much. But they're way better. In their opinion, and that's fine. I don't really give a shit. You don't have to comment. Like, read what you want. But if they are, then the goal here should be to give really good stories for those younger characters, make people like them, then bring back your classic characters, because everybody loves fucking Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent and Diana Prince. Bring them back, but then do books of those young people. Give them an adventure, make them Justice League 2.0 or Justice League Junior Edition or whatever you call it. And Junior Edition probably feels disrespectful.
Yeah, that's called Teen Titans, by the way.
Yeah. No, this is like Justice League middle ground, right? Not quite sidekicks, but give them their own book. And then if that popularity stays, then God bless, but that's the way you do it. I got no problem with that. But it is ultimately a stunt. But I don't see it being a stunt as being like a pejorative.
Yeah, here's my thing with the death of stuff, right? Like you said, they're always going to come back. The problem is that nobody knows how to bring characters back to life. It's always something overly convoluted, or something that is a cop-out, like with the death of Superman. He didn't really die, right? Like, he was just beaten into a super coma. And
he got really tired.
So he, but he quote unquote died, right? And it's always difficult bringing characters back to life. So I'm assuming that they're going to be like, I don't know, vaporized or whatever, and then thrown into whatever their version of the negative zone is, and then they're going to be gone. I just wish there was a different way to do it, other than to make these younger characters, these newer characters, a little more prominent than just, well, we gotta kill off the things that you like, and hopefully you like these new stuff. Right. Will make you care about this other stuff. I mean, like you said, I don't have a problem with it. It just feels, I don't know. It just feels kind of lame.
Well, it's a gimmick.
I'm not like, it's a gimmick, and it's tired. It's tired, man. It's tired.
Yeah. And it rarely, I mean, if I'm being honest, it rarely works. It rarely works. Yeah. Like, because you go, oh, we're going to bring in Superman's son as the new Superman. You're like, all right, cool. And then Superman comes back and they're like, get the fuck out of here. Like, that's just the way it goes. Like, Marvel put out they're launching 2 new Captain America books, like end of the month or next month or something. One with Sam Wilson Cap, right? And then one with Steve Cap, right? And it's just like, okay, but they're not trying to reduce Sam Wilson, right? They're like, Sam Wilson is still a Captain America, Steve Rogers is a Captain America, right? Like, but they're not like, they're not lowering him back to Falcon or something like that. Like, oh, I like being called Falcon again, and I'd rather be your sidekick. Like, they're not doing that, which I think is probably the better move. But the problem is, like, people can accept 2 Captain Americas, or however they're going to play that, like Captain and Captain America, I don't know. But it's a little weird to have 2 Superman or Supermen. Like, it's going to be a bit weird. Like, because he's like almost too iconic, right? Like, there is only one Superman. So, I don't know. I don't know how you do it. That's a question for the writers.
With the Captain America thing, I get what they're doing. I do. The problem comes when both of these Captain Americas are going to be walking around. They're going to hyphenate. They're going to hyphenate Sam Wilson. He's going to be Black Captain America now. He's not going to be Captain America. He's going to be Black Captain America in society, and that sucks, man. And I hope if you're going to do that, then you better fucking address it in your books.
Yeah, but you know what? Then give him a different name. Like, give him a different name. Like, it could be Captain something. Like, you could just be like, I don't know, Captain Falcon or Captain Wilson, or like, I don't know, but like, you got, like, don't make him Black Captain America. That's fucking stupid and dumb.
I'm just talking about in the thought process of people reading,
right?
Thought process of like.
No, I hear you. I mean, look, even the show did that. It was like, yo, that's Black Falcon. Like, his name isn't Black. Right? So, like, relax, right? So, like, I get that, but that's what I'm saying. The way you address that is to deal with it directly by giving him an official name. Right, so it's like, I don't have to call him Black Captain America. His name is Captain Falcon, or like, I don't know, Eagle or some shit. I don't know.
I don't want that either. He's Captain America. Like, he's
fine. Then it's White Captain America.
Nobody calls Miles Morales Black Spider-Man or Latino Spider-Man. They call him Spider-Man.
I mean, I do,
but
that's different.
and that's one that did work. Right?
It did. It did. Yeah.
But you know why it worked? They killed Peter Parker in Miles' original universe, and they didn't bring him back.
Yeah, that's true. He spent a long time as Spider-Man.
A very long time. And he became so popular because he was Spider-Man. He became so popular that they were like, well, yo, we gotta consolidate. We gotta consolidate our universes. We're gonna pick and choose the best things from this weird fucking universe. And
they didn't bring Miles anything
Morales
else. So
number one.
What? All right. What else they bring over?
Did they bring the Maker over? I can't remember. Did they bring the Maker over?
I think the Maker did come over. Yeah, that feels correct. Yeah. But like,
right.
Yo, that's it. They killed everybody else. I mean, Jeff Lowe practically killed everybody in Ultimatum anyway. What a fucking waste. But
what a trash ass book, man.
It's garbage. It's garbage. Like, yo, the Ultimate Universe was actually pretty interesting, and they were like, nah, let's fuck it up. Just kill everybody.
Let's have the thing. Let's have the Blob bite the head off the Wasp, and then have Giant Man bite the head off of the Blob as retribution. That's edgy, right? Like that. Just what a God,
dumb.
What a piece of shit, man.
Yeah, that was.
But yeah, it worked with him because they kept that Peter Parker dead.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. About that. That's exactly right.
And they're not going to do it with this. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe they'll keep them gone long enough for these younger characters to get their shine, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Next up, Leslie Grace gives us her first look as Batgirl.
What do you?
It looks good to me. Looks good to me. It's a comic accurate looking suit. I think that now is this for a movie or for a?
It's an HBO Max movie.
Okay, all right. It feels like an HBO Max movie quality setup, right? It looks like very good cosplay. Right?
Thank you.
Like if this was a movie and this is what they were giving me, I'd have a problem with it.
Here's my thing. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't. I think let me phrase that. That's mean. It's fine. It's fine. I know, like I was talking to the people in the Discord about this. And they were like, "Oh, look! It looks just like the comic version, the new Barbara Gordon comic version where she's like the teen or whatever version." I was like, "No, it doesn't." Like, I get that it's inspired, sort of, kind of by that. It feels way more inspired by Batgirl from Batman '66 to me. Way more.
Well, that's
like
the 66 version is like a leotard. You know what I mean? Like
I know, and this like kind of cheap leather feels like that to me.
Maybe
like,
that's it. The cheap leather. Like
I don't.
If this was a movie, if this was for a movie like a big budget motion picture,
you wouldn't accept it, yo. You wouldn't accept it. You wouldn't accept it.
It looks like very, very, very good cosplay.
It looks like a CW costume, dude.
It looks like honestly. It looks like a motorcycle outfit.
It does, because it kind of
looks like a It looks like a motorcycle outfit with like the Bat logo painted on it, which is essentially what those CW show outfits are.
Yeah,
and
yeah, I'm not.
I like it fine. I like it fine. You know what I mean? Like it's for an HBO Max movie. Probably don't have the budget. That they're not throwing the budget towards this. That's a
problem.
Should have.
That's a problem, though, man. Like that's a problem. Look, I know. Look, in fairness, I'll be fair to WB for a second. I truly will. They're not pulling down big budget returns like Marvel is, where Marvel can afford to throw $200 million at their series, right? Like. You get 6 to 8 episodes, and they rock your world with a $200 million budget, which is crazy. DC don't have that kind of money. Like they're not getting that kind of money. And I think it looks like they don't have that kind of money. And it's just like, that's unfortunate. Like it's just unfortunate. But I can tell you, if this was a movie, I don't think people would be like, really? Really?
Look,
like this is supposed to be the Batman of their universe.
You gotta kind of grade on a curve. What's that saying you always say about calling double dribble?
That's a Chris Rock joke. It's not my joke. It's not my joke. It's not my joke.
Look, I'm not mad at it.
I don't hate it. That's what I'm saying. I don't hate it. I think it's fine.
I think it looks like the comic, and I'm still very interested to see what this ends up being.
Oh, I am too. I'm not going to act like I'm definitely not going to act like I'm not seeing it, bro. Like, no, I just think the costume looks okay. Looks okay. It's fine. I wish it was more. I just wish it was more.
Jason Mantzoukas is a dick.
I like that guy.
He's a dick. A real dick. Actually, he's voicing a dick, specifically Tommy Lee's penis in the Pam and Tommy Hulu series that's about to come out. Look, you're into this. I am not. Look, I like Jason Mantzoukas, but I like Jason Mantzoukas in doses. I don't know if I can take, and hopefully he's just going to be in doses in this.
Right. Yeah, I was going to say, I can't imagine it saying, well, I mean, it's a large role, but I can't imagine it's going to be a lot of screen time.
So you are looking forward to this, right?
I got to tell you, like, I was interested in this because I thought the trailer was good. I'm interested to see what this is going to be about, like how this is going to work. Them saying that he's going to play Tommy Lee's penis in this, yeah, 100%. That feels like something I want to watch because I want to see how that's played. Like, because it looks like it's taking itself pretty seriously, but then have Jason Mantzoukas voice of Tommy Lee's dick is just funny to me. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I don't even know who would be a better choice to voice Tommy Lee's dick, but Jason Mantzoukas seems like a perfect choice to me. Can you imagine, like, his agent being like, yo, there's a job. He's like, all right, what's the job? He's like, it's a role in the new Tommy Lee and Pam Anderson show. Oh, that's interesting. Cool. What's the role? Am I like an agent or like what am I? You'll be very close to Tommy Lee. Like, oh, okay. Am I like a member of Motley Crue? Like, that'd be kind of cool. Like, no, you're actually going to be his penis.
You're going to be a member.
Yeah, you'll be a member, all right. So yeah, that's just funny to me. Like, that's hilarious. But okay, that's fine.
Look, I don't think that's how that went at all. I think it went like this. The producer of this movie, Seth Rogen, was like, hey, bro, you want to play a dick? You want to play Tommy Lee's penis? And it was like, do I? And then that's how it happened.
Yeah, that's fair. You know what? I do want to go back a second. I forgot. I did watch something else for Checked Out, and I don't want to forget it. New season of the Righteous Gemstones. Have you been watching this?
I watched the first episode. I haven't had a chance to catch 2 and 3. I gotta catch up before Sunday.
Yo, it's out of hand. So, if you've never watched The Righteous Gemstones, this is a show made by Danny McBride, created by Danny McBride. And it's also like co-starring him, or I guess maybe probably pretty much starring him, along with John Goodman. It's about a family of like crazy evangelical folks.
Televangelists.
They're televangelists from Georgia. And they like believe in what they say, like as far as like they believe in God and everything else, but they like love like just all the money and power that they have. The first season was so good. I was like, they surely are not going to do a second season. And it took a long time for that second season to get announced, but it did happen. And like, you remember how the first season was like comedy, but then it was like these weird, bizarre strokes of violence, right? Like the undercurrent story.
He has Danny McBride does a lot of like very like dark, violent, but very comedic sense of humor in these HBO shows. And that is exactly what this is. Especially at the end of that first episode, right? Like when John Goodman kind of remembers his pro wrestling days,
which is hilarious. Well, if you think that was fun, you ain't seen nothing yet. Like, because they're just setting up that story, right? And like by the third episode, you get a full understanding of like what the violence is, that's sort of the undercurrent for the entire season, because that's how it was in the first season. It's awesome. Yeah. Yeah, it's really good. Like, look, everybody on that show is firing at all cylinders. And, if you like John Goodman, why are you not watching the show? He's super good on this show. He is super good as the father. But yeah, it's got some good twists and turns. I highly recommend The Righteous Gemstones. I really do. To anybody, whether you're religious or if you are not religious, you should definitely watch it.
Trust me, I know why you like it.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
It's a bunch of televangelists acting like how televangelists really act.
Yeah, right. Like a bunch of the righteous hypocrites is what they are. But it's awesome. Yeah, I love it. I think it's great. And like the whole thing that's going on with the young brother with his little team of religious guys is just like, what is happening?
The yoked out God Squad.
Yeah, the God Squad. It's like, dude, you're gay. It's cool. No one cares. Like, but you definitely are. All right, next up.
Winston Duke is going to play a bigger role in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. And reportedly, dude is getting paid, according to the Hollywood Reporter. He negotiated a hefty raise for his return to the sequel after having an expanded role in the Black Panther mythos. But no one really knows what that is going to mean. Now, he played Man-Ape, and thankfully they didn't call him Man-Ape in the film. And I have to imagine that, his role is going to be expanded, partly because Chadwick Boseman passed away and they're not going to recast T'Challa. So I'm super interested in what is going to happen in this wing of the universe because of the untimely death of Chadwick Boseman.
Right.
But this production is cursed, guys. It's cursed. They just stopped production again. They stopped production because Letitia Wright had some sort of accident. And I think the accident was called not getting a vaccine, and
she legitimately got hurt.
Oh, she legit had an accident?
Yeah, she was like, it was like a motorcycle stunt. Like she got like a serious shoulder injury. Yeah, it was.
Oh, well, I hope she's doing well. I also hope that Lupita Nyong'o is doing well because she caught COVID.
Yep.
So that is kind of stalled this production yet again. See, even COVID is racist.
Especially racist. So wild speculation. Is the expanded role that he's taken up the mantle, you think?
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think that would be foolish for them to do.
I think so too, actually. I like Winston Duke. I like Winston Duke a lot.
Yeah, I like him a lot. I think it would be foolish from a storytelling perspective, and I think it would be foolish from a PR perspective. Guess what? Once you said you are not recasting T'Challa, everybody who has a passing knowledge of Black Panther, anyone who has done a Google search on any one of these characters, Googled the name Shuri and saw her as Black Panther. And when you said you are not going to recast T'Challa, you have painted yourself in a corner where if you do not cast, if Letitia Wright does not become Black Panther, I think people are going to have a real big problem with it. And I think it's going to be a bit of a PR bad dream. I won't say nightmare. I'll say bad dream. And if that's the case, this story better be on point.
So, yes and no. I agree with you for reasons, but I disagree with you sort of at the end. But I'll talk about why I think M'Baku doesn't really make sense. M'Baku, there's also a religious aspect to this, right? Like, in universe. he believes in Hanuram, right? Like he's man-ape because his part of the tribe believes they worship, Hanuman, right? It's the monkey god. T'Challa's part of the Wakandans believe in they pray to the Panther god, Bast, right? Having him take over as Black Panther would be him literally believing in a god like that he didn't believe in before. Like that doesn't make sense, right? So that part doesn't really make sense. I agree with you that obviously having Shuri as Black Panther is what the comics say, and that's the obvious move. I could see, again, this is my own personal feelings. I'm not saying this is going to happen. I think you could pull that off by not giving it to Shuri. If you have her be Black Panther and like she's a Black Panther or whatever, but she's like, you know what? At the end, like this isn't for me. Like this shit isn't for me. I'm a tech nerd. Like it's just not for me. And she passes it on to someone else, but it can't be a guy. It can't, like you cannot have a powerful woman then take that power and just give it to a guy. It's 2022.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
And say I can't handle the responsibility.
It doesn't work.
PR nightmare.
It's a PR nightmare, right? It doesn't work. And so, like, literally, there was an article that came out today, which proves something that we said before. Dude, we told you that, or maybe not recently came out, but like people were talking about it recently. That when WandaVision was being worked on, Doctor Strange was supposed to be in the finale, right? They were like, they got a deal with Benedict Cumberbatch. They were like, all right, like Benedict, you're in this shit. Like, let's rock and roll. You're going to show up at the end of this. And then as they were like working on the series, they were like, we're really going to have like this dude come in at the end. Like, and like Kevin Feige literally says like this powerful white guy come in the end, be like, I got it, everybody. I got it. Like, it doesn't look good. So they were like, it undercuts her story as a woman, as this powerful woman, to then have some white male savior. It's the same thing with this. It would undercut Letitia Wright's character considerably to be like, I can't handle it. Here's a guy, or we just going to skip you and give it to this dude. No way. Not especially considering if you watch Black Panther, the first one, how prominent women are in that movie. They're incredibly prominent characters in that movie. So the only way that Letitia Wright doesn't keep that role as Black Panther and it's like, hey, this is not really for me, or I don't really want it, is if you give it to Okoye or to Nakia. That's it. It has to be one of the two of them. There's no way they give it to Winston Duke. It doesn't make sense. Because you got to stop just thinking about the comic book characters. You also have to think about the climate in which we live in. It would look crazy to be like, nah, it's a guy then. Like, who also doesn't believe in the religion that you believe in. Like, it doesn't work. Now, I'm all for Winston Duke having a larger role, like, as far as, like, just a character-wise. Like, because I think he's a dope character, and he's just super fun. But, like, as Black Panther, I don't think it works. So,
do you think his role would probably, again, wild speculation, do you think his role would probably be something like a bit of a mentor for Shuri?
I could see that. Like, he's a warrior. Like, he's a warrior. But, like, look, your brother's
Shuri
not
don't
here.
know how to Shuri don't know how to fight, yo. Like, she'll know how to fight. She's a nerd, right?
Right,
like,
she's a nerd. Like, I'm okay with that. But at the same time, like, yo, you got the Dora Milaje there. Does she need him? Does she need him for that?
Right.
Because, like, last time I checked, the Dora Milaje put that ass whooping on Michael B. Jordan, by themselves. Like he only lost because, like, he got lucky. Basically, they took that dude down by themselves. They didn't even need T'Challa. They were like, we got it. Like, you go stay over there. Like, we got it. So, like, go back and watch that clip. They had that dude hemmed up. Like, it was a wrap for them. It was a wrap for him. So, like, it'd be kind of weird. But, like, I'm okay with that. Like, I'm even okay with the idea of, like, hey, me and your brother had this, like, this shit going on, but, like, bygones be bygones. Like, I'm here for you, right? Like, we need to protect Wakanda. I could see that. Like, I'm okay with that. Like, let me show you some shit. I wouldn't even be mad about that. Like, but I'd be like, why don't you just ask the Dora Milaje? Like, they right there. But like, I'd be okay as like a fighting mentor type of shit. Like, that'd be kind of dope.
Yeah.
But as Black Panther, I just don't see it. I just don't see it. And it's not because of Winston Duke. Like, it's not because like I can't see him in the character. But I don't think it makes sense for the story. I just don't think it makes sense. So,
right.
Yeah, we'll see.
We shall see.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see what that first trailer looks like, man. It better be hitting on all cylinders, dude. Like, it has to be. It has to be.
Yeah.
Next up,
I'm looking forward to it, and I'm not, because it's gonna, the second it comes up, it's gonna bring back this debate questioning their decision about T'Challa, and I'm just not looking forward to seeing all that shit.
Yeah, well, I don't actually disagree with that at all. Next up, Netflix to release 25 Korean originals in 2022. Buoyed by the smash success of Squid Game and Hellhound and half a dozen other shows, Netflix is predictably doubling down on Korean content in 2022. The streamer said Wednesday that it will release 25 Korean films and series this year, its largest annual slate from the country to date. Okay. I mean, that's fine.
I think this is very good. I think that Netflix doing something like this and exposing stuff like this to American audiences is a real. Obviously, they're doing it from a business perspective, right?
Of course.
But they don't give a fuck about anybody else's culture. They want you watching Netflix. But I think this is a way for Americans to realize that, entertainment doesn't revolve around America.
Right.
And that stories, very good stories, are being told all over the world, and just exposing people to things.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that is a net positive, and yeah, kudos to Netflix. Although, again, they don't really give a shit. They just want content. But I think this is a great idea, and I want to see more stuff. Like, my wife and I, she watches TV all the fucking time, right? She told me today, she's like, I think I ran out of things to watch on Netflix.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's how much TV she watches. But whenever we watch TV, we try to find some British show, right? Because it's different. It's the same, but it's different. And same thing with all these Squid Game. Squid Game is a tale about the class disparity in Korea. Right. And of course we have stories like that, but this hits different.
Yep.
And Squid Game hit different. So yeah, man, more power to them. Let's see if they get another smash hit on their hands.
Hey, look, and frankly, after watching Squid Game and Parasite, I'm like, okay, I didn't know how many Korean dramas or shows they had. I wish they had a section so I could kind of know, because there's so many things on Netflix. Like, how the fuck do I know what the Korean
separate but equal? Is that separate but equal? Is that what you're advocating for? You want the Koreans to have their own separate section?
I mean, they should have their own schools. If this wasn't my son's wedding, I'd punch you in your teeth, you anti-dentite bastard. But yeah, I wish there was I wish there was a section. Like, Hulu will have that, African American stuff this month, or Chinese film, whatever. Just give me a little give me something so that I would know, because I feel like there's definitely things that I'm not watching that I probably would enjoy. So
look, Weebs been knew about Korean dramas, right? Korean.
My cousin is super into Korean dramas.
Yeah, they're nothing new. They're nothing new to Weebs and dorks and nerds and shit like that, right? But the fact that Squid Game kind of really hit big, that like my wife's Floridian friends are into it, and like they from Florida, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
their closest thing to culture is eating a Cuban sandwich.
This got a pickle on it, yo.
Right. I think it's a good thing, man.
Yeah.
And yeah, I want more stuff like this.
Yeah.
And not just from Korea. Fucking Lupin was great.
Yeah, it was
That's French.
Well, I think Netflix ended up investing like $100 million or $150 million, might even more than that, maybe $200 million, into French film. Like France had a deal. They were like, "Nah, you want our stuff? Give us money, then we'll make it." Like that's basically what they did, which was super smart on their part. But yeah, they did that with like France and like Italy or something like that. So like that's good. Look again. Money heist, like people love, like they're like somebody. My cousin was like, he responded to our YouTube channel. He was like, "Yo, Money Heist is one of the best shows on Netflix. Like it is." And I started watching it. It's pretty goddamn good. Like it's pretty good. So, like why not? Like give us some more stuff. There are plenty of great drama and action and comedies and stuff like that from around the world. So like. We now live in a time where we can have access to those things. So push it. I don't see why not.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't need a VPN to get fucking Japanese Netflix or some shit. Like,
right. Like the shit is all on there.
They're trying to make it easy to.
Yeah. I know how to read. Not dumb like they say. Next up, Matt Reeves' The Batman opening March 4th in theaters. About a small, little known character. The official runtime now is 2 hours and 47 minutes without end credits. This is a big story that came out today. Everyone is really talking about it. And to me, I'm thinking to myself, why do I care? Is it good? Because if it's not good, I don't care if it's an hour and 20 minutes. If it's not good, it's going to feel like a fucking slog. If it's good and it's 2 hours and 47 minutes, great. I care about whether it's good. I don't care about an arbitrary time frame. I just don't.
A lot of
Endgame was
people
3
do.
hours.
Yeah, Endgame was 3 hours, but it was also 10 years in the making. This is
as far as I'm
Batman
concerned,
movie.
with DC, this is also 10 years in the making. Was the last time we had a good Batman movie?
So, look, I hear you, but almost 3 hours is a long time for something that I probably will like, but I don't know if I will. Right? I'm treating this like a new property, and
Sure,
I'm not saying it's going to be bad. Quite frankly, I think it's going to be really good. I just hope it's paced well. That's it. That's all I'm hoping for. Like you said, it can be long, but it can be long as it's paced well. Spider-Man was what, 240?
Something like
that.
225 maybe?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it wasn't as long as, maybe it wasn't 240, but
it's 2 hours and 28 minutes.
It's like the second longest movie or the third longest movie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And it is, but I enjoyed myself through all of it.
Yeah, it's paced well.
So I'm hoping the same thing for the Batman. I'm very much looking forward to the Batman. I'm just curious about this take. I'm not like 100%. This is going to be the best Batman that ever Batman to Batman, but I do find it interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of like armor for Batman, but I get it.
I mean, when you take a machine gun fire to the chest, you might.
Yeah, I don't. But that's the thing. Like, yeah, that looks badass, but I don't like that. I don't like that as bad for Batman. Like, Batman should be scary not because he's bulletproof. Batman should be scary because you don't know where he's at. Like, you don't know where he's coming from. You know what I mean? Like, Batman's not a tank, yo. He's not.
No, he's not a tank.
Arkham Knight, yo. Like,
that's fair.
He shouldn't be the Arkham Knight.
Like, he should be able to take a bullet maybe not like continuous bullets from like 4 M16s at close range. But,
yeah.
but like, while I find that ridiculous, there's a cinematography part to it that I'm like, yo, that looks amazing. That shit looks dope. So, I'm on the fence. But just to keep it in perspective, like, this is why I don't understand, like, all the big, like, whoa, 247. Yo, The Dark Knight was 232. Like, this is 15 minutes longer. Okay. Now, I don't know if that's 232 with credits, so maybe that's like 215, really. Like, I don't know. But again, whatever. Like, I care about whether it's good. That's quite literally all I care about. Now, if you start to get into like, it's 3 hours and 30 minutes, it's 4 hours, I'm like, there's probably a pacing issue, right? Look, we had a 4-hour movie recently that was a superhero movie. It was a piece of shit because it wasn't paced well. And it was unnecessary. So, I can understand the arguments about pacing, but I would make the argument like, oh, that's DC and DC. I would make the argument Matt Reeves and Zack Snyder are two wildly different directors, and you should not compare them as a one-to-one. I think that's horseshit. Like, to me, that's silly. It's like, well, they're both directors. Like, okay. James Gunn directed a movie for DC too, and it was like 2 hours and like 40 minutes. And I would think most people would argue that the Suicide Squad was fucking great. So it's not about time. It's about whether or not the pacing works and whether or not the characters work. So yeah, okay, that's fine. Whatever, just be good. That's it. Yeah. And actually, at almost 3 hours, it better be great. Like, that's like, yo, if you get over 230, your movie has to not be good. It has to be great. Like, for me.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying, yo. That's all I'm saying. Like, I don't mind sitting down for a movie, but it can't feel like I'm sitting down for a movie. That's all.
Right. Like, it's got to feel like when I leave after 2 hours and 47 minutes, my response ought to be, nigga, that shit was awesome. It better not be like, it was all right. Like, no, yo. Like, it can't be all right.
Here's the test for me, right? If I'm in a theater and you see me check my watch, the movie's too long.
It's too long. Yeah. I've sat next to you and I've seen you do that. I'm like, uh-oh. I'm sorry. The Suicide Squad was 2 hours and 12 minutes, but it felt long. Yo, it felt long. Like that, like third act with Starro felt long. Like it felt too long, in my opinion. But that was my only real criticism of that movie. Like it was just a little too long. Like you could have wrapped that shit in like 145 probably. But all in all, again, if the story is good, I'm fine with it. Doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
All right. What the fuck brought to you by JTD?
I don't agree with this first sentence at all. Social media can be a great place to connect with friends and family, as well as learning about the newest trends and talking points.
Lies.
But doctors have warned people to steer clear of the latest fad, which poses a danger to your health. The so-called sleepy chicken trend sees users concocting their very own chicken dish braised in NyQuil.
Ew. No, hold on. One. This is not a social media trend. This is, let's hyphenate it. This is a white social media trend. Knock it off. White people can't cook, so you're just going to waste good chicken. You think black people are going to waste good chicken? We'll put NyQuil in it. Knock it off. No, yeah. Latin people ain't either. They put it in a taco. Knock it off.
Doctors overrated. Doctors have warned that you should not be braising your chicken or anything for that matter in NyQuil.
That's cool.
Several TikTok videos show people making the dish, with some using close to half a bottle of NyQuil in their meat. While most people usually take the medicines for food or supplements, when speaking with the Sun, Dr. Jeff Foster says social media
So
should
London,
never be
got
used
it.
as social media should never be used as a source of medical information. I mean, I can't believe that somebody had to say it.
I argue that sentence was too long. Social media should never be used. Period. Next. Full stop.
It tends to bring out, quote, it tends to bring out the worst in some cases, hence the Darwinian approach of anti-vaxxers who obtain their medical research from such sources as Facebook and Instagram. The case of NyQuil chicken is no different. The idea that by saturating any food product in medicine, believing that it will provide some novel health benefit or cure, is not just stupid, but incredibly dangerous, unquote.
Wait, okay, well, they're not just doing it to be goofy. They think that it's going to, like, help them? No, yo, that's not true. That's not true, yo. That's not true. That's not true, yo. That's not true. No one would do that. No one's that stupid. Yeah. Just drink the NyQuil. You don't need to braise the chicken with it. Like, that's stupid.
It's the nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching so you can rest your head chicken. That's all.
That doesn't make any sense, yo. That's crazy. Wow, I looked up NyQuil and chicken is the second option.
Dr. Aaron Hartman,
young people drive me crazy, yo.
A physician and assistant clinical professor of family medicine at Virginia Commonwealth University, explained why the trend is dangerous. Quote, when you cook enough medicine like NyQuil, you boil off the water and alcohol in it, leaving the chicken saturated with a super concentrated amount of the actual drug that is in NyQuil in the meat. If you ate one of those cutlets completely cooked, it'd be as if you are actually consuming a quarter to a half a bottle of NyQuil.
Wow. Yo. That is a terrible idea.
Some videos are showing people boiling raw chicken. First of all, boiling chicken.
Yo, again, what did I say in the beginning? This is a white social media trend, yo. No black people are boiling chicken, yo. That's gross.
They're boiling the chicken in the medicine for just 5 minutes and serving it ready to eat. Look, I don't need to read any more of this. Anyone who uses TikTok is anyone who uses TikTok is a lunatic. Big swole lunatic.
It's a big swole lunatic. That's true. That's true. And anybody thinking about using TikTok for social media benefits of their company, also a lunatic, and
is a person who bald lunatic
who fucking hates himself 100% and doesn't really want to do it, but feels forced to do it because I hate this new normal. Not me personally, but other people. This is gross. This is gross. This is gross. All right. How much to eat a chicken cutlet soaked in NyQuil?
Nope, I don't do drugs. Sorry, I don't do drugs. I don't do drugs. Isn't this how you make meth?
I don't think chicken is involved. No, I don't think so.
I mean, but like distilling NyQuil down to its like bare drugged essentials.
No, I think that's Sudafed. I think that's Sudafed.
Sudafed? Oh, okay. All right.
I bought Sudafed recently, and they were like, sign on the dotted line. I was like,
yeah,
why?
Like you go buy Sudafed and go to a self checkout. They're like, no, we need help. Have somebody come over here and make sure that you're not a kid,
and that you're not buying 400 packets of Sudafed like a crazy person. Like they literally won't let you buy more than like one pack of Sudafed a day. Like it's crazy. So that you can't make methamphetamine. All right, that's cool. Micah, you should probably not eat that. Excuse me. My story is horrendous. Let's see here. I don't even want to open it again, to be honest. Yeah. White people, man, I tell you. owner of, quote, genuinely disgusting kebab shop overrun by cockroaches and rats has been fined. Cool. This kebab shop teeming with cockroaches and rats has been slapped with several £1,000 fine from inspectors who spotted vermin within minutes of arriving. Within minutes. This guy was, the owner was convicted of 15 offenses from failing to bring the disgusting food hygiene issue under control. Inspectors found cockroaches crawling along the floor, walls, and ceiling within minutes of arriving at this place. They also found evidence that the vermin were in food preparation and storage areas and had even managed to get inside food packaging. That's fucking awful. This was genuinely disgusting pest infestation, which his business failed utterly to control. Spoiler alert, or like question, why don't you just shut the restaurant down? Why are you waiting for this guy to like get it together? Just shut the restaurant down. Just like you get an F and they put the F on the fucking the window and they just close it down. Like knock it off. Where is this, Michael?
I assume it's somewhere in the Middle because it's a kebab.
It's racist.
I don't know Middle Eastern countries.
No,
so it's Saudi Arabia.
No,
I don't know. It's probably fucking London.
Ding, ding, ding. It is. No, Saudi Arabia, they would have been like, yo, you didn't get it together? Cool. They would have been like, glink. They'd take his hand. Like,
yeah.
Fucking barbarians. Yeah, this is gross. This is gross. If I walk into your place and I see a rat or a cockroach, I'm walking directly out. Who are the people eating there? Who are the people eating there, dude? Who are the people eating? That's crazy. Nah, I don't do a lot of things. I don't do a lot of things. No, you're risk averse.
Bugs. Yeah, I don't want to. But you've eaten cockroaches before, right?
I have not. I have not. I have cockroaches. I have not. I have not.
Oh, okay. You've eaten chocolate covered cicadas?
No, I haven't.
Oh, I was about to catch your ass, man.
No, I haven't. I've seen them, but what I would say to that is I'm not against it. But I would not eat a cockroach. No, there's no amount of money you could pay me to eat that. No, that's not true. There's an amount, but it's a high amount. Like it can't be like $50. You know, like nah.
You going on Fear Factor then?
No.
Eating a bowl full of like cockroaches in pig vomit or whatever they used to do.
No. I so wouldn't go on Fear Factor that I couldn't even watch that show. Like they would always have like the one stunt, like the first round be like jump from one car to another that's moving. They got you in a harness or whatever. Like, ooh, that's scary, and they would do it. And it's like second round, like eat a bowl of like donkey anuses, and I'm like, click. That was it. That was it for me. Nah, I was a first round Fear Factor guy, dude. I'm like, where's the fear part? Because the rest of it was just the gross factor. Like I'm not eating that shit. No. Bunch of goddamn donkey anuses. Like it's not worth the money, you know. It's not worth the money.
It was only like $50,000, yo.
No, that's not worth it, yo.
Like $50,000 before taxes. Yo.
Right, you getting 35,000. That's all you getting for eating a pig's asshole. 35 grand. Where do I sign up? Like get out of here. It's like no. I'm good. I'm good.
Shit.
I don't need to eat disgusting foods like that. Like, I'm good. Like, you keep it. Fuck out of here. All right. Let's talk about trailers this week. Let's talk about Moon Knight. Marvel's upcoming series starring Oscar Isaac about Mark Spector, who is a superhero who has a mental disorder. He's fucking crazy. He's got like dissociative identity disorder, aka Herschel Walker disease. And
don't do that. Don't do that. I'm very much looking forward to this. I don't need that.
No, this is a series about Herschel Walker.
Yeah, I don't need that. I don't need that
guy's
comparison.
crazy. That guy's crazy, and he should not be running for Congress. Look, I think this looks by far the most unique of the Marvel series on Disney Plus, and it's cool to see Oscar Isaac get a second go at this type of shit, and like really get to play a Marvel character and really stretch his ability. I think this trailer looks dope. Like I really do. I think it looks great.
I really am looking forward to this. Look, I don't know much about Moon Knight. So I trust the people that do know a lot about it. When they are excited for it, then I'm like, all right, this must be the real deal. This has to be like a pretty choice role for somebody like Oscar Isaac, to be able to play this character who is, I can call him crazy because he doesn't really exist.
Right.
But he looks like he is having a blast playing this character. And I did some image searches of Moon Knight to just kind of get a feel for what the character is. And, the dude is crazy, man. like he says some wild shit. And I'm looking forward to it, man. I really am. I thought it looks like a film.
It does. Like the quality of this looks like, again, this is the difference between a Disney Plus series versus a HBO Max series, right? With Batgirl. Like this looks high quality. It very much does.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm very much impressed. Also, from what I understand, Moon Knight is kind of an R-rated character.
Yeah.
So I'm curious how far they are going to push this. I guess it's going to be TV 14 MA or whatever. Right. I'm curious to see how far they will push it. Because, Disney Plus, I think they said they weren't going to have R-rated content on Disney Plus, which I get.
Yeah.
But, yeah, but I don't know, man. Looks good. I don't know what else to say. Oscar Isaac is a tremendous actor. He's a tremendous actor. And I'm very much, again, looking forward to this. So
you think
also, safe home to that dude who was in it, who recently passed away at
37.
At 37, dude. Like that's no type of like that's a goddamn shame, man. That's a real goddamn shame.
Yeah, he died in a skiing accident, so yeah, it's really unfortunate. Wild speculation. Is this the start of Midnight Suns? You got Blade now. You got Moon Knight. You got the potential for Punisher, obviously. Now that Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio are back. You only need one more. You only need Ghost Rider.
Yeah. Yeah. There's one that's 100% what's going to happen. Now, how they do it, like, do they just do they make it a film or do they make it a series? I have no idea. But yeah, 100% that's what's happening because everyone loves team ups. And again, they're doing what they did with Avengers. They're introducing these characters in their own projects, and then they'll bring them together, right? Like it's a tried and true formula. It works. And yeah, bring it on, man. Bring it on.
Look, I gotta tell you, it's there's a number of Marvel series and movies that they have slots for that are unannounced, right? They're untitled, and I think part of that was like we weren't going to tell you. Like I know people are like, oh, I want a new Daredevil series. You ain't getting a Daredevil series, You're getting a movie. They're not bringing Charlie Cox back to do what they did on Netflix. They're going to put that dude on the big screen. Like, I just don't, in my opinion, I don't think it makes sense to do another deep dive on that character. We just saw a deep dive on that character. Let him go. Like, let him cut loose on the big screen. This Moon Knight obviously gives him 6, possibly 8 episodes to really super dig in that character, right? You get, I mean, most likely it's probably 6 hours worth of character development. That's good. That's more than a movie does, right? So when he shows up in, let's say, a Midnight Suns movie in the future, he's fully developed. Blade's getting a movie, right? So he's going to be fully developed. Again, you don't have to do a super deep dive in him because people know who Blade already is.
Yeah.
Ghost Rider, I can see a Ghost Rider series where they really, because you've had 2 Ghost Rider movies, or excuse me, 2 Ghost Rider movies that have been pretty unsuccessful. I could see them being like, all right, we've done the movie thing enough. Let's give whichever version of Ghost Rider, I don't know. Maybe they bring back Robbie Reyes, and like really dig into that character. Before they bring him into like a Midnight Suns thing. Like that may be what they're doing. And those are untitled, not because they don't know what they want to do, because they want to slowly roll out who these characters are.
They don't want to they don't want to show their hand.
Right.
One last thing about this trailer that Cam, noted Moon Knight fan, pointed out to me. When he's in the car and he's holding that gun, behind him, there's a piece of cardboard that looks like it's part of a box, and it says Vaughn, and then there's a space, and there's a D, and then the rest of it is obscured.
Yeah. No, Von Dietrich. Right. Got it.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
Yes.
If they are laying the seeds for Fantastic Four, and more specifically Doctor Doom, in this, you're not going to hear, I'm going to be insufferable. I'm going to be insufferable. Right there. He pointed that out to me, man. That's a good catch. My guess is he didn't catch it. Someone else said it, but that's a good catch. That's a very good catch.
Cam is not. He ain't not that smart.
Look. He pointed that shit out to me first. He gets the credit. Like, get the fuck out of here, yo. Like, good on you, Cam.
Fuck you, dude.
I'm going to be insufferable. You understand? Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
No, trust me. I've known you for a very long time. I understand very well how insufferable you truly can be.
I named my son's middle name is Victor because I am a fan of Victor Von Doom.
That's true.
And I am going to be insufferable until Fantastic Four comes out and until I see Doctor Doom on screen and afterwards. Just get ready. Just get ready.
I would like to point out that for years, when it was Fox is getting bought by Marvel, Micah refused to allow himself to get excited because he was like, I don't know, yo. Like, I'm just like, is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? And even after they bought him, he's like, are they going to do him? Are they really going to? And now the Fantastic Four guy announced it. Is he going to be in it? Is this movie even happening? Like, he won't allow himself. But now that he's seen a box with Victor or with Jean-Claude Van Damme on the box, he's all in. He's all in for this.
I'm telling you, yo.
He took a box.
Get ready. Look, get ready. That's all I'm saying.
He's gonna do the whenever there's an official image of him, Michael will do the show in that dumb mask. I guarantee you.
Oh, I'm gonna do the show in a mask. I'll do the whole goddamn show in it. I'll do the whole goddamn show.
I know you will
in that mask.
I know you will.
And every other show is gonna be that Randy Marsh meme.
Randy Marsh meme.
With him sitting at that goddamn computer, jizz all over the place.
That's gross. I don't really want to see that.
I have to show it to you now.
I'm good. I'm actually good. I know the image. I don't need that. But that will be the show image with your face photoshopped onto it. But thanks. So there you go. Look, I think this looks good. I think it looks great, actually. But I'm glad they got someone to Oscar Isaac's acting ability to do this, right? Because like you can't just give this to anybody. You need somebody who can do literally multiple personalities and make them feel different and make them feel exciting and interesting. And I think this dude's gonna nail it. I think he is.
You need an actor with range, man. You need an actor with range, and he's got it.
He does. So
I've seen him in enough roles, man. Like he's really good.
He is. So look, I look forward to seeing what he can do in this and what Moon Knight ends up being in the overall universe. I really do. I hope it works. I don't see why it wouldn't, to be honest. So everybody who's a huge Moon Knight person, like I hope you guys are happy. Universally, people seem pretty happy, so I'm happy for you. That's dope. And I'm purposely not reading about Moon Knight because I want to see what they do. Right? I want to see all of this sort of like, I know like real basic stuff about him, but I want to just like go in totally blind for the most part.
Yeah.
I just want to enjoy it. And that streams March 30th. So end of March. Likely 6 episodes, which takes you through April, drops you right through April, right into May, Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
Not bad. So we get a little bit of a break. We got Boba Fett is ending, and then I don't think, Boba Fett ends in like 3 weeks, which puts you into February, and we get a couple weeks off, and then right into Moon Knight. So that's dope.
Yeah.
I'm here for it, man. Sounds good. All right, that's it for us, and we will see you guys next week.
See ya.